So hey, good morning. So I'm going to show you how we can change the engine oil for the Interceptor 650. So we are using today the Motul 300V square for the engine oil, and we are using the Liqui moly MOS 2 for the anti-friction agent, and we are also using the castor oil engine shampoo for the cleaning. So the bike already done 13,000 kilometers and it is the third service, so I thought to use the engine flusher. So I'm going to show you the whole process today. The one thing that I'm going to do is that generally people used to do the engine flusher, and after putting the engine flusher they flush the oil and put the new oil, but it is actually not the method. So the method is that after using the engine flusher we must have to flush the oil with a low grade oil, so that all the residue which are left in the engine bay comes through the oil, and then we have to put the new oil. So actually this is the method. So what I am going to do today, so you can see it. So let's get started. So I am putting the engine flusher, which is the castor shampoo. So castor shampoo has a ratio of 70 ml per 1.5 liters engine oil. So I am going to use approx 150 ml for flushing, because the Interceptor has a total engine oil capacity of 3.5 liters or around 3.3 liters. So after putting the engine flusher, which is around 150 ml, so we have to run the engine for idle to around 5 to 10 minutes in idle. We're not going to rev it. So after the 10 minutes we are going to drain the engine oil. So the engine bay, under the engine bay there is a drain nut which is under the engine bay guard. So firstly we have to remove the engine bay guard by unscrewing the 4 hex screws. After that we have a hex socket of 14 mm. So after removing the hex socket we can see the engine drain nut. So be careful while removing the engine nut because the oil is in very hot temperature and it may give you severe burns. So and be careful because the exhaust pipes are too hot, they really are too hot and they can give extreme burn. So be careful. In my case I left the engine for 5 to 10 minutes and I sprayed some water to the exhaust pipes so that unconsciously I won't touch the exhaust pipe. If I do so, then it won't hurt me as much. Then after that I removed the oil filter guard by 2 nut and bolts. Then after removing the oil filter, so we are going to clean the oil seal and the drain bolt with a brake cleaner. Actually brake cleaner is a cleaning agent from wood and it is very useful to clean all the residues and like grease, debris and anything like that. So we are using the wood brake cleaner. It works very fine as a part cleaner also. So after cleaning all the residues, and so one thing is that while using the engine flush, so we have to use we must use a new oil filter while putting another oil. So in today's case that I have only one filter unfortunately. So what I am going to do is I am going to clean the oil filter with the brake cleaner of wood so that all the maximum smudge that are left in the oil filter get removed from it. So after applying the wood filter thoroughly inside and outside of it, I can use it for a while to just clean the engine bay. So what I did, you can see here, I have cleaned the existing engine oil filter with the brake cleaner so that the maximum debris that are left inside get removed, and using the same filter for re-cleaning the engine. So after that I put the existing oil filter into the engine, and make sure that you feel you must close the drain nut. Then after that I put the castor oil. I'm using a good oil like castor oil 10W15 for the cleaning of the engine, because it is necessary that after using the engine flush we must clean the engine. So like it's rinse all the debris and smudge that and the cleaning agents of the engine flush which are left inside the engine, so that they won't harm the new engine oil. So I put the 1 liter engine oil. It is good that if we use 2 liter, but 1 liter is enough, I guess, so that I used 1 liter. So after using 1 liter of castor 10W50 and running the engine in idle for 1 to 2 minutes, so already the engine is hot, so the temperature of and the viscosity of the oil is very hot, so that fluidity is very nice. So after using the engine oil, we are going to flush it again. We are going to remove the engine oil filter and the drain nut. So in today's case you can see that I again opened the drain nut and the engine oil filter. After that you can see that I left it for 1 and 2 hours, so that all the remaining oil that get down to the chamber and drop into the vessel. And I also, you can see that we must stand the bike in various positions, so that all the oil which are in the chamber get down to the vessel. So you can see that I left the bike for 1 to 2 hours, then I came back again to refill the engine oil. So before refilling the engine oil, make sure that we must clean the engine. oil nut, engine drain nut, which has a magnet in front of, which actually attracts the metal particles, like minor metal particles, which attracts in the magnet. So we must clean it with the part cleaner. Then we must clean the engine oil filter area with the brake cleaner, so that when we fit the new engine oil filter, so that it won't leak. So that is very important in this case. And after cleaning it, let it dry, because it will take 5 to 10 seconds to get dry. Then after that, this is the most important thing that we must care, is that the engine oil filter, we must apply a new oil to the o-ring, or to the you can say that the engine oil rubber, so that it won't leak. This is very necessary. In any car or bike, we must apply a few oil to the o-ring, so that it get very tightly to the engine and has a great bond, so that it won't leak. So I did the same, and I torqued it with the engine oil filter wrench, and torque the engine. Make sure to close the drain nut, which is very important, or it will if you put the new engine oil, it will go down. So after that, what I did is that close up all the things and clean the engine area with the part cleaner. I did so because that if the area is wet by the oil, so I can't see if the oil is leaking or not. So that we must clean the area with the part cleaner, so that if there is an oil dipping from it, we can see it. So after that, I'm using today the 300 V square. It is a very good oil, engine oil. Before that, I was using the Liqui moly 10W50, which is a 10W50 street race, which was also a good oil. So I thought to try this one for the time being. Let us see how it works and how it gives the engine a new performance. I will update how the performance of the bike has increased or not, and what are the characteristics of the bike after using this oil. So Interceptor uses 3.5 liters or around 3.3 liters of the engine oil. So today I'm using 3.5 or 3.4 liters of the engine oil. So you can see that so to make sure, we must use a vessel to pour the oil, because the inlet of the oil chamber is very small. So that if you use, in my case, you can see that I am using a pot like funnel for the pouring the engine oil. So you can see that I'm pouring one by one oil to the chamber, and in the last part we can see that there is a measurement in the side of the bottle. So we are going to use from 400 ml from the top. You can see that 400 to 300 ml. So I am using 400 ml. So after using all the things, so must close the cap and run the engine in idle. Don't rev it, because the engine is dry. It will harm the engine. Be careful. Don't rev for at least 5 minutes. So I started the engine in idle and keep it run for 2 and 3 minutes. Then after that, so So today I am using the Liqui moly moss tool, which is an anti-friction agent, which I use in all the cars and bikes. I highly recommend it because it is very useful, and the main thing is that it will work after 100 to 200 kilometers of using the bike. Then only you can feel that there is something change in the engine performance and the sound will be better. So the proportion is that the one tube is for 1 liter. So today I am using 3 tubes because the engine is 3.5 liters. So I am using 3 tubes. So I put all the 3 tubes in a chamber and close the cap, so you can see thoroughly what I did. And so if you have anything concerned about that, so you can ask me a question. After this I will upload. So in this bike I have already installed the K&N filter, and it's almost 1 year ago I installed it, and I will show you how to clean the filter. So you can see in the thumbnail that I already purchased the K&N cleaning filter and the cleaning agent and the oil from K&N. So I am going to put the video how to clean the K&N filter and restore it. So for today, if there is any question, please let me know, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you.